What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time visiting my channel, welcome to my channel. I got a quick little story time for y'all because I was just randomly thinking about it, and I don't know, it's hilarious. So I live in a really weird neighborhood. They do all type of weird shit to me. I be getting harassed in this bitch. Like, they don't call drug task force on me for no reason. Like, all type of shit, y'all. Like, I really be getting harassed out this bitch. But let me tell you about the time I got harassed by a little kid out this bitch. I have so many story times to tell about where I live because I really could sue these niggas. Like, I could sue the fuck out of them. That's how bad I've been getting harassed. Like, they done gave me mental breakdowns. Bro, they really be harassing a nigga. Like, it happens every 3 months, once every 3 months, once every 6 months, okay? But there was this one time, bro, I thought everything was going cool. You know, I just want peace. I'm a homebody. I stay in my house entirely too much. My neighbors barely ever see me unless I'm like checking the mail, you know, rarely. But there was one time, there's this little kid, right? Like, she was like a little white kid. I pulled up at home with my kids and she was just like staring at us, and I'm just like, hey. Maybe like a day later, she knocks on my door, and she's a little creepy. She's a little creepy kid. And she knocks on my door and she's just like, you got kids? I'm like, yeah. Can they play? Now this kid's like 7, 8. My kids are like 2 and 3 at this time. She really had like a little raspy voice. I'm like, sure. I guess they can play if they want to. She's like, I want to come in. And I'm like, go ask your mom. So she runs back. She goes and asks her mom. She comes back. She's like, my grandma said she don't care. I'm like, okay, cool. So I let her in. My kids are 2 and 3 at this time. Somebody had just got me some clothes, like size 7 and 8. So I'm like, I'm gonna give them to this little girl because, bro, it's gonna be years before my kids could ever put these on. I was like, I don't want to offend her or her people by sending clothes, you know. I don't want them to think that I think they need them. I want to get rid of these clothes, and this kid can fit them perfectly, probably. So I have her call her grandma. The grandma's like, what? I get on the phone and I'm like, you know, can I send her these clothes? And she's like, oh, yes. I'm like, okay. My twin daughter, she kept coming in there with me. She was like, I was in my room. I'm like, go in that room and play. And she's like, nah. My 2-year-old was like, nah. So then the little girl just keeps coming, like, into the hallway and, like, peeping into my room while my little 2-year-old is in there. She's like, come here, baby. And then my little baby's like, no. So I'm like, all right, something's a little weird. This kid, she do give me a little weird vibes, but I can't just be judging the kid. All right, but I know I'm very intuitive. I'm like, this kid's probably, like, abusive as fuck. I start getting, like, visions of, like, her pinching babies and shit, but I don't know if that's actually what she was doing. All I know is my baby was like, hell no. You go play with her. So she just kept doing it. Like, she just kept trying to get my baby, like, come on, baby. Come on. And my baby was like, hell no. The other 2 kids, they seem fine, but she does not want them. She wants my baby. She wants the baby. The one, at least she looked more like a baby than the other one, because she has a twin brother too. But she's smaller, like, she wanted her. And I'm like, nah, she ain't gotta come if she don't want to. She can stay out here. But she just keep like, come here, baby. Like, it's like so weird. So I'm like, all right, I done finished folding all these clothes. It's time for you to go home, little girl. So I'm like, all right, here's your clothes. You know, you take them on. Well, I'm about to go and get my kids something to eat. We'll see you another day. Thanks for coming over. She was like, I want to go with y'all. I want to eat. And I'm like, maybe she be getting abused. Like, I'm in my head, like, maybe I'm supposed to help this little kid because she, like, come out of nowhere. And now she talking about she want to eat with us. She hungry. Do they not be eating? Like, this is just my thought process at that time. So I'm like, ask your grandma. So then I'm like, you know what? I'll go with you. So I took her to go drop the clothes off. And I was like, well, I'm about to go get something to eat. And then she told her grandma she wanted to go. Grandma's like, yeah, I don't care. Be good. I'm like, okay, cool. My kids are in the back seat because they all in the booster seats, car seats. And she's, like, I said, a little older, like 7 or 8. So she gets in the front seat. And I'm like, okay, well, first I'm going to stop at my dad's house because I have to get some type of money. She was like, can I get out? And I'm like, you don't really have to because it's only going 15 seconds. Like, I'm running in, grabbing the money and coming back out. She said, no, I'm getting out. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, you can get out for like a second. We pull up at my dad's house. I get out. My brother's like, 12. Be careful with the little white girl. I'm like, oh no, she good. She good. He like, no, bro. And the little girl's like right there. And I'm like, stop talking about her right. Like, she's literally right there. He's like, bro, she's just giving me weird vibes. I'm like, it's a little kid. You know, I'm just like, shut up. Like, yeah, she is a little weird, but I just think she's gotten abused or something. That's really what I believe. Like, I thought she got abused or something, so I just thought she was a little off. Because, like, I'm weird, but, like, I don't know. I don't want to be judged either. I thought she just wanted somebody to play with. So then we go pick up my food because I'm eating, like, at a different restaurant than the kids. Plus, I'm feeding this kid that's not mine. So I'm like, yeah, we're going to McDonald's. So I pick up my food, and she like, where's my lemonade? I'm like, yeah, we're going to McDonald's so you can get, you know, whatever at McDonald's. So we pull up at McDonald's, and, like, I get my kids chicken nuggets. I expected her to get, like, I don't know, a double cheeseburger, some fries, you know, like a regular meal. We pull up, and I'm like, okay, let me get nuggets, let me get this, let me get fries. And then she starts screaming, let me get a Big Mac meal. I'm like, no. Like, I'm saying what I want. Let me get her a burger, though. She said, I want a Big Mac meal. It's like she's still screaming in the intercom. So whenever I'm done ordering, because they didn't put the Big Mac down or nothing, not the meal, none of that shit, because I wasn't paying for that shit. Anyway, so I rolled the window up, and she fucking snapped. She goes, ah! I'm like, what the fuck just happened? She said, you didn't get my Big Mac. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I'm like freaking the fuck out. Like, what the fuck? I pull off. I'm like, I'm not getting no McDonald's, nigga. I'm gonna take you home. So as soon as I pull off, she freaks out even more. Ah! And I'm like, bro, why are you acting like that? And she was like, you didn't get my food. You have to like give me nothing to eat. You never feed me. I'm like, I don't know you, bro. What are you talking about? You never feed me. Bro, I'm about to take you the fuck home, bro. What are you talking about? She fucking snapping on me. She take a piece of gum. She want to throw it at me so bad, she threw it at the window. I'm like, bro, my kids in the background like, the little niggas was too stunned to speak. Okay? So they was just like, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So she's snapping. She said, I'll call the police on you. And I want to be like, call him then, little girl. Then I was like, hold on. This is a white kid, bro. Like, this is a white kid. Let me shut the fuck. You better the fuck not, nigga. I'm trying to feed you. So then, yeah, she threatened to cut it. She said, I'll do it. I will. I'll call the police on my mama. I said, bro, I'm finna take you home. Don't ever come to my house again. Like, I can't ever be nice to you again. I'll never help you again. And then she started getting quiet. She's like, but, like, she flipped. I'm like, bro, this little kid is bipolar, but there's, like, really mentally something going on with her, which I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can't put my finger on it, but what the fuck? So yeah, she tries to calm down. I'm like, bro, is this kid getting abused or is something mentally wrong? Like, I'm confused. So I'm like, bro, do you want Burger? I'm still like being nice, like, bro, do you want Burger King or do you want Little Caesars? She said, I want a pizza. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go get a pizza. I'm gonna take you home. Don't ever come back to my house, bro. We get to Little Caesars. You know how you just go in and get it? Yeah, she's like, I'm not staying in the car. I'm like, bro, did you get, like, left in the car too long? Like, what the fuck? I ain't saying this shit to her, but I'm, like, really thinking, like, bro, it seems like you got, like, really bad trauma. Like, what the fuck is going on? But anyway, we get to Little Caesars. I grabbed a pizza, and we're about to head back home. I'm about to drop her back off. Now, I said, how many slices do you want? You can get as many slices as you want before we go. She looked at me, like, dead ass and said, how many slices do I want? I want the whole box. I have more people to feed than just you. I got more people to feed than just y'all. I'm like, you're not feeding me. I'm feeding you. Like, what the hell? Bro, I grab my kids, each a slice of pizza. Like, I got to get rid of this little crazy kid. We all get one slice, and I give her the box. Like, you got to go. Don't ever come back, bro. Do not ever come back. I didn't see her for a while. I ended up seeing her, like, maybe, like, weeks later. She pulled up on her bike when we pulled, like, up, and she just was staring. And I was like, telling my kids, nope. of my daughters was like, there go that bad little girl. So I just wanted to tell y'all that story time because, bro, even, like, I get targeted by the kids, bro. Like, when you're chosen, you even get targeted by messed up kids. I don't even know how else to explain it. Like, what the hell was that? Like, I came in ready to help the kid. Here's some clothes. Look, we're going to eat. And she was like, I'll call the police on your bitch ass. Anyway, I just wanted to tell that story because it's fucking funny. And it was on my mind. But that shit is crazy. But I have a lot more stories about my neighborhood where it's like, I probably should just leave this bitch for real. I can't wait till I can afford to leave this motherfucker because when I tell you all of my neighbors are weird, it's almost like they be attacking me because I'm not on drugs like them. Like, I swear, they done call drug task force on me and everything. I'm going to have to tell y'all about them sometime. Like, I genuinely am in a karmic neighborhood where I'm like, I don't even want to, I'm ready to go. But yeah, hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this story time. If you want to hear more story times because weird shit just be happening to me and it just be hilarious. All right, love y'all. Think y'all. Bye.